Welcome back. All right, 9-game review today. I'm reviewing this in between the first and second period of Colorado-Anaheim. The second we'll do between the second and third period. There you go. That way I'm done relatively early tonight. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We'll start off with Philadelphia and Ottawa. So this started things off today. Fedotov versus Forsberg. Tippett fires one wide on a rush. The shots are one apiece at 3.5 minutes. Things get pushy on a hold by Fedotov. The Sens press at 8 minutes. The Flyers block. The teams trade turnovers. The shots are 4 apiece with 9 minutes left. The Flyers press with 8 minutes left. Michkov then has a screenshot that saved. We get a power play for the Senators. That leads to a shorthanded rush by Konechny. And the Flyers would make it 20 seconds of 4-on-4. And then there's a shorthanded rush by Dylan Cousins. That saved. Everything gets killed off there. Michkov then has a net drive that's blocked. It's 0-0 after the first. Second period, Batherson has a rush chance that's blocked. The Senators press at 2 minutes. Cleven fires one high on a net drive. Amadio has a rush chance that's gloved aside. The Sens press at 7 minutes. Giroux has a net feed that's kicked aside. Too many Sens on the ice. The Flyers go to the power play. They were a post away from a 1-0 lead, but the Senators do kill that off. And then at 11:43, Delorier buries a loose puck to open the scoring for Philadelphia. York and Hathaway with the assists. Sens look to respond, and they do. At 12:36, Stützle wires one on a rush from in close. The assist to Chabot. It's a 1-1 tie. Flyers press as the tempo's picking up. This felt like a preseason game early on. Like some of this hockey that's going to be getting played between now and Thursday. Oof. So Paling has a rush chance that's held. The Sens press with 3.5 minutes left. And then at 17:19, Noah Cates kind of jams one in. It goes in off Hamonic into the net. From behind the net, too. So nice play by Cates, and it's a 2-1 lead for Philadelphia. With 12.9 seconds left, the Sens go to the power play. So that rolls over into the third period with Philadelphia ahead 2-1. The Flyers do finish the kill early in the third. The shots are 2-0 Flyers at 3 minutes, so they didn't allow a shot on that power play either. Good forechecking by Ottawa, and then at 4:41, Zetterlund roofs one from the slot to tie the game at 2. Pinto and Chabot with the assists. Flyers press at 6.5 minutes. At 7.5 minutes, approximately at 7:33, Hathaway from a sharp angle roofs one. Sealer with the assist, so Forsberg allows that one there. It's a 3-2 lead for Philadelphia. Michkov is then denied on a breakaway, and at 12:54, Chabot buries one from the right circle. Fedotov had lost his stick. It was behind the net at the time. Cruikshank and Stützle with the assists. We then get 2 minutes of 4-on-4, but we're headed to overtime, tied at 3. Flyers control early. We get a power play for Ottawa. Sealer gets dinged during that. He didn't have his stick. He ends up getting, I think it was Cates that was out there with him. The problem was then Cates didn't have a stick. And Sealer was definitely not 100%, so it's 4-on-2.5, and yeah, that's going to happen. Stützle scores a cross-ice pass and buried. Batherson and Giroux with the assists at 1:40. So the Ottawa Senators win 4-3. They have clinched the number 1 wildcard spot in the East. They have a 44-30-6 record. The Flyers 33-37-10. Sorry, 17. No, 33-37-10 on the season. With the overtime loss. Shots on net, 8-6 Philly in the first, 14-9 Philadelphia in the second, 10-9 Philadelphia in the third. In the overtime, Ottawa had both shots, including the shot that matters. Final shots, 32-26 for the Flyers. Power plays, Flyers 0-2, Ottawa 1-3. The hits, 29-28 Ottawa. Fedotov saves 22 out of 26. Forsberg saves 29 out of 32. All right, next up, the Islanders and the Devils. Sorokin versus Markstrom. The shots are 5-1 for the Devils, 3 minutes into this. We then get a power play for the Devils. They drew that. That's killed off. 2 shots on net. Devils press at 8.5 minutes. Horvat then has a net feed. That's picked off. We get a power play for the Islanders. Horvat scores a goal. However, it goes in off of his gloves, so that's waved off for no goal. Devils then finish the kill after that. We then get a post for Engvall on a rush. The TV feed kept dropping. I don't know what it was, so I had to go to my tablet for stretches of this game. Thankfully, there wasn't a lot going on. The teams trade rushes. Pesce to Hischier, there's a near miss there. It is scoreless after 1. Second period. The teams trade early turnovers. The Devils press at 1.5 minutes, but there's not a lot going on. Shots are 1 apiece, 4.5 minutes in. Brad has a net drive that's blocked. Pelech, this is where he gets bloodied. It's a 5-minute call on Paul Cotter. He's gone. As I mentioned in a news video a little bit back now, Cotter is looking at a hearing for that hit to the head. He did apologize to Pelech, and Pelech let him know in a few curse words that he did not appreciate the apology. The Islanders' power play really struggled. There's a shorthanded rush by Jesper Bratt that ends it, just the one shot on net. Luke Hughes breaks up a 2-on-1. The shots are only 3-2 for the Islanders with 7 minutes left. Romanov has a near miss on a rush. The Devils press with 2 minutes left. And then at 19:03, Horvat steals one and scores. So no assist there. And it's 1-0 Islanders after 2. Third period. Too many men on the ice call on the Devils. The Islanders come out of that with a power play. That's killed off. Horvat's then denied on a rebound. The shots are 5-1 Islanders at 6.5 minutes. The Islanders are doing a pretty good job of blocking the path to their net. Sprong has a tip shot that's held. The Devils press with 7.5 minutes left. D'Angelo has a screenshot that's saved. Luke Hughes to Mercer. There's a near miss there. Hischier has a chance that's kicked aside. Devils press with 3.5 minutes left. The Islanders press in the final minute. Fasching couldn't hit an open net. He was looking for a second goal in as many games. The goalie pull happens with 30 seconds left. But yeah, the Islanders hold on. They win this one 1-0. They go to 35, 33, and 12 with the win. With the loss, New Jersey 41, 32, and 7. And as was stated by Sheldon Keefe, it is difficult to motivate a team when there's nothing on the line. Shots on net, 10-8 New Jersey in the first, 6-5 New Jersey in the second, 9-7 Islanders in the third. The final shots are 23-22 for New Jersey. Power plays, the Islanders 0 for 3, New Jersey 0 for 1. The hits, 27-19 for the Islanders. Sorokin saves all 23 for the shutout. As I mentioned in the news video as well, he ties Billy Smith for second on the Islanders' all-time shutouts list. Markstrom, 21 saves on 22 shots. All right, next up, Boston and Pittsburgh. So here we go. Korpisalo versus Jari. Ponomarev has a net feed that's blocked. The shots are 1 apiece at 3.5 minutes. Penguins draw a power play. That's killed off. There's a press by Pittsburgh after it ends. The Bruins press at the half. This is another game where there were stretches where nothing much was really going on. Lettieri has a shot that's caught and held. We get a power play for Boston. That's killed off. Shots are 6-3 for Boston with 7.5 minutes left. Things get pushy on a hold by Jari. Lysell has a rush chance that's turned aside. Things get punchy on a hold by Korpisalo, so that leads to some 4-on-4, which suits the Bruins fine. They score. Lindholm buries a rebound. Pastrnak and Jokiharju with the assists at 19:57. So it's 1-0 Boston after 1. Second period, Pastrnak has a one-timer that's saved. Penguins pressed at 3 minutes. The Bruins get pinned down, but they're blocking the net. In fact, the shots are 8-1 for Boston at 6.5 minutes. Go outside, and then you get all the allergies bugging you. Anyways, it spring's here. All right, so Rust is then denied. Crosby has a chance that's held. We get a power play for Boston. That leads to a shorthanded rush by Ponomarev, where he fires wide, and then Lysell gets his first National Hockey League goal on the power play from Zacha and Huznadinov at 8:52. It's a cross-ice pass and buried 5-hole. And then at 11:56, initially it was thought that this hit the crossbar, but Geeky's shot's the one that goes in. So even though Pastrnak buries a rebound, the initial shot by Geeky went in. It's Geeky from Pastrnak and Lindholm making it 3-0 in favor of the Bruins. The fans call one, the referee does not. Grzelcyk's denied as the Penguins press. Things get scrummy in a hole by Korpisalo. So the Penguins come out of that with a power play. It's a 4-minute power play with 1 minute and 58 seconds left in the second period. And at 19:44, Raquel tips one in close on the power play. The assist to Tomasino and Koivunen. So they stay on the power play, which rolls over into the third period with the score still 3-1 for Boston. There's a near miss for Raquel from the doorstep. The Bruins do kill off the second half of that 4-minute power play. Shots are 2-0 Penguins at 4.5 minutes. The Bruins press. They're kept to the outside. There's a press by the Penguins at 7.5 minutes. We get a power play for Boston. That's killed off. The shots are 4-2 for the Penguins with 9.5 minutes left. Things get pushy on a hole by Korpisalo. Lohrei has a screenshot that's saved. The goalie pull happens with 2 minutes and 39 seconds left, and Boston hits the empty net. It's Lauko at 17:30 from Zacha and Zadorov, making your final score in this one 4-1 for Boston. They go to 33, 39, and 9 with the win. With the loss, Pittsburgh 33, 36, and 12. And this is probably my last chance to wear a Boston jersey for a review, so I'm wearing Boston. Shots on net, 13-6 Boston in the first, 13-9 Boston in the second, 10-5 Pittsburgh in the third. Final shots, 31-25 for the Bruins. Power plays, both teams go 1 for 3 on the power play. The hits, 27-15 for Pittsburgh. Korpisalo saves 24-25, and Tristan Jarry, 27 saves on 30 shots at the other end. Time for board number 2. All right, Toronto and Carolina. So Woll versus Anderson in this one. Early jump for Toronto. The only shot on net belongs to Carolina, 3 minutes in. Carolina presses at 4.5 minutes. There's a power play for Toronto. That's killed off. No shots on net for Toronto there. Slavin has a rush chance that's held. 9 minutes in, the shots are 4-1 for Carolina. The Canes press with 9 minutes left. Blake is denied in close. Woll holds on there. Shots are 11-1 for Carolina with 5 minutes left. Like, Toronto was just not in this to begin. Woll was their best player easily. Fans call when the referee does not. Nyes and Matthews are then denied back-to-back as the Leafs start to wake up. And at 19:43, they score first. Holmberg buries a rebound in close. Riley and Carlo with the assists. It's 1-0 Toronto after one. Second period, early press by Carolina. We get a power play for Carolina. That's killed off. The Canes press after it's done. The Leafs press at 4.5 minutes. The teams trade rushes. The fans call when the referee does not. The Leafs press at 7.5 minutes. The shots are only one apiece at 8.5 minutes. So this is another game where there wasn't a whole lot going on for large stretches. Matthews fires one high on a rush. And then at 10:20, Matthews buries a cross-ice pass. Riley and Marner with the assists. Leafs press with 7 minutes left. We get a power play for Toronto. That's killed off. Just the one shot on net. The Leafs press after it's done. But it's 2-0 Toronto after two. Third period, 1 minute and 25 seconds in. Nylander tips one in during a press by the Leafs. Domi and Benoit with the assists. The Leafs press at 2.5 minutes. The ref is informed that he sucks. The fans called one that he didn't. Yarncroke misses one wide from the slot. The Canes draw a power play, and it's a 4-minute power play. During the second 2 minutes, they score. Aho at 7:57 from Jarvis and Burns gets Carolina on the board. It's now 3-1. Canes press with 8.5 minutes left. The shots are 11-3. Carolina with 6.5 minutes left. The Leafs get some pressure with 4.5 minutes left. And at 15:43, Tavares buries one from the slot on a nice pass from Domi. Riley with the other helpers. So Morgan Riley with 3 assists today. With 1 minute and 16 seconds left, the Canes get a power play. That is unsuccessful. Toronto wins 4-1. They go to 50, 26, and 4 with the win and get closer to clinching first in the division, which would mean the Battle of Ontario, the Battle of Florida in the first round, please and thank you. With the loss, Carolina 47, 28, and 5 on the season. Shots on net, 11-4 Carolina in the first, 8-2 Toronto in the second, 13-8 Carolina in the third. Final shots 26-20 for Carolina. Power plays, Toronto 0-2, Carolina 1-4. The hits, 27-18 Carolina. Woll saves 25 out of 26. Anderson saves 16 out of 20. What's up, Rabbit? Oh, he's gonna lay down at my feet. I just got licorice in here. All right, next up, Buffalo and Tampa. This was the game that had all the goals in it. So it's Reimer versus Johansson. Shots are 2-0 Tampa at 3 minutes. Good forechecking by the Bolts here. Crossbar for McLeod on a rush. The Sabres press at 8.5 minutes. Dahlin has a one-timer that's caught and held. Things get pushy on a hold by Reimer. Thompson has a slot shot that's denied. The Sabres are blocking the path to their net. We get a post for a point. The Sabres rush the other way. Tampa presses with 6.5 minutes left, and eventually they score first. Gensel tips in a rebound from Cirelli. 16:35 in, it's 1-0 for Tampa. Gonsalves then can't bury one in close, and then in the last minute of the period, Buffalo gets something done here. First, it's Kulik. It's a tap in as well. Thompson with the assist at 19:35, and then 15 seconds later, Clifton gets a goal from Krebs and Quinn, so Buffalo's up 2-1 after the first. Second period, Zucker has a slot shot that's held, and then at 3:01, it's McDonough scoring for Tampa to tie the game. Hagel and Cirelli with the assists. Tampa then looks for the lead. The shots are 3-2 Buffalo at 4.5 minutes. Point to Kucherov. That chance gets blocked at the net. And then at 6:31, Kucherov buries his own rebound. He will win the Art Ross Trophy as a result. The assist to Hedman and Gord. Tampa presses for another. Gensel has a net feed that's held, and at 14:20, Morgan Geekie scores. Gonsalves and Paul with the assists. And then at 16:43, Lilleberg gets his first National Hockey League goal. He gets that from Chafee and Gonsalves. It's a point shot that goes glove side. It's been a while. Lilleberg finally gets that first goal. Fans call when the referee does not. And then with 1 minute and 19 seconds left, Tampa gets a power play. So that rolls over into the third period. Buffalo does finish the kill. And then at 2:39, unassisted, it's Nikita Kucherov with another point. This via a goal. Sabres look to respond. Things get pushed in a hole by Johansson. The Sabres, they press at 6 minutes. We get a power play for Buffalo. That becomes 50 seconds of 5-on-3. They score on the 5-on-3. Tuck tips one in. Darlene and Peterka with the assists at 8:49. Tampa then kills off the 5-on-4. The Lightning get a power play, and they score on it. A cross-crease pass. Gensel buries it. That's his 40th of the season. The assist to Kucherov and Paul at 13:12. Buffalo would respond, however. Lafferty buries a rebound on a rush. Darlene with the assist at 18:23 makes the final score 7-4. So it's an 80s game. 10 or more goals is an 80s game. The Tampa Bay Lightning 46-26-8 on the season with the loss. Buffalo 35-38-7. Shots on net, 11-5 Buffalo in the first, 15-7 Tampa in the second, 11-7 Tampa in the third. Final shots 31-25 for the Lightning. Power plays, both teams go 1 for 2. The hits 16-13 for Buffalo. Reimer saves 24 out of 31. Rough night for him. Johansson saves 21 out of 25. All right, next up. Columbus and the Washington Capitals. Greaves versus Lindgren, and 1 minute and 10 seconds in, Ovechkin gets his 896th career goal. This one from Strome, and he fires it from the slot. It's the first shot on goal, too, so Washington up 1-0 very early. Olivier has a fight with McElrath. We knew things would get kind of testy in this one, although it was not anywhere near as ugly as I thought it could get. Power play for Columbus. Primeape is not on the board. Power play for Columbus, that's killed off. No shots on net there. The Caps press at 6.5 minutes. Columbus gets some pressure halfway through. Strome fires one wide from the slot. Corrali gets denied. Lindgren holds. And then at 14:36, Zach Werenski with another goal to add to his record goal total in a season on the blue line for Columbus. The assist to Provorov and Monahan. Strome then has a slot shot that's kicked aside. It's 1-1 after 1. Second period, we get a power play for Columbus. That's killed off. Just the 2 shots on net. And then at 4:39, it's a turnover, and Adam Fantilli, he's had himself a weekend. He scores, so that makes it a 2-1 lead for Columbus. The Caps would press to respond. Things get pushy behind the Columbus net. The referee is informed that he sucks on a call that the fans wanted. Shots are 5-3 Columbus at 7 minutes. We get a power play for the Capitals. That's killed off. The shots are 10-7 Washington with 5.5 minutes left. So Washington getting some opportunities here. The Caps press with 3.5 minutes left. Ovechkin gets denied on a net drive. Columbus presses with 1.5 minutes left. It's 2-1 Columbus after 2. Third period. 1 minute and 57 seconds in. Fantilli finds the open net. He scores the second of the game and 4th of the weekend. The assist to Kent Johnson and Van Riemsdyk. So Columbus with a 3-1 lead. Caps again look to respond. Sandin breaks up a 2-on-1. Shots are 4-2 Washington at 5 minutes. There's a near miss for Kent Johnson on a 2-on-1. The fans call one. The referee does not. Ref just wasn't listening in this one. Caps press with 8.5 minutes left. There's more pressure by Washington with 5.5 minutes left. And then at 15:48, it's a turnover and it's in the net again. This time Voronkov gets the goal to make it 4-1. Things get pushy and a hold by Greaves. Then with 2:45 left, the Caps get a power play. Ovechkin hits the ice. Not for long. 29 seconds later, it becomes a 4-on-4. And there's no goals to report on after that. Columbus with a huge win. They keep their slim playoff hopes alive with this win. They go to 38-33-9. The loss by Washington drops them to 50-21-9. In the event that Columbus did pull this off, Washington would be their first round opponent. Just throwing that out there. Shots on net, 10-7 Columbus in the first, 13-7 in favor of Washington in the second, 10-6 Washington in the third. Final shots 30-23 for the Capitals. Power plays, Columbus 0 for 3, Washington 0 for 2. The hits 31-16 Washington. Greaves saves 29 out of 30. Lindgren saves 19 out of 23. I honestly think the Capitals have got to get this together. This is a situation where going into the playoffs, you want to at least have some of your systems in place. It'd be nice to have Logan Thompson and Alexi Protas in the lineup too. The Caps right now look like a team that could end up being a first-round upset, but we shall see. That being said, board number 3 is on the way. All right, third board it is. The Edmonton Oilers and the Winnipeg Jets. Skinner versus Comrie. Barron to Tanev. A near miss at the net. Good forechecking by both teams early on in this one. Good competition. Barron misses one high on a 2-on-1 rush. The shots are 2-1 for the Jets at 6 minutes. Kulak has a net feed that's held. We get a power play for the Jets. That's killed off. 2 shots on net. A net feed to Kapanen gets blocked. Connor fires one wide on a rush. There's a near miss for Niederreiter in close. The Oilers press with 8 minutes left. The shots are 6-5 Winnipeg with 4.5 minutes left. Skinner gets denied in close. The Jets rush. There's no score after the first. Second period, early press by Edmonton, and at 59 seconds on a turnover as the Jets were trying to clear the zone. Brown with a nice deke in close scores. McDavid with the assist. It's 1-0 Edmonton. Shots are 3-0 for the Oilers. 3.5 minutes in. The Jets draw a power play and they score on it. It's 6-16. Iafallo buries a rebound in close. Scheifele and Miller with the assists. It's a 1-1 tie. Shots are 8-3 for the Oilers at 9 minutes. The Oilers press. They draw a power play. That's killed off. However, Henrique scores after with Sandberg down hurt. Sandberg took a shot. It looked like to the side of the knee. He needed help getting off the ice. Perry and Bouchard with the assists at 12:38. It's 2-1 Edmonton. But the more important thing, if you're a Jets fan, is Sandberg couldn't put any weight on that leg as he left the ice. The Oilers press with 5.5 minutes left. They're up 2-1 after 2. Third period. Arvidsson has a rush chance that's held. The Oilers press at 3.5 minutes. In fact, the shots are 3-0 for the Oilers at 4 minutes. Scheifele to Connor gets picked off. The teams trade rush chances. The Oilers press at 6.5 minutes. Connor to Iafallo, that gets picked off as well. Jets press at 8 minutes, but at 12:25 on a 2-on-1 rush, Corey Perry gets, I believe, his 17th of the season. Ryan with the assist, and that's on a cross-ice pass. The Oilers press for another. Perry has a wraparound that save. The goalie pull happens with 2:10 left, and at 18:40, Arvidsson hits the empty net. Kulak and McDavid with the assists, and that's Arvidsson's 15th, I do believe, to make the score 4-1. That's your final. The Oilers go to 47-28-5 with the win. With the loss, the Jets 55-22-4. Shots on net favored the Oilers the whole way through. You could tell one team had something to play for, the other didn't. 10-7 Edmonton in the first, 18-5 Edmonton in the second, 11-6 Edmonton in the third. They outshoot Winnipeg 39-18. Power plays, Edmonton 0 for 1, Winnipeg 1 for 2. The hits 19-18 for Winnipeg. Skinner saved 17 out of 18. Comrie saved 35 out of 38. And we're back to Comrie not getting goal support in tonight's game. All right, next up, San Jose and Calgary. So Romanov versus Wolf. Early press by the Sharks. In fact, 2 minutes in, San Jose had 5 shots. Calgary had none. So Wolf very busy early. And at 3:09, Toffoli scores his 30th goal of the season, roofing a rebound here. Carlson and Gregor with the assists. The Flames press at 5.5 minutes. Eventually, they do tie it up at 9:24. Weegar fires one past a screen. Klapka and Huberdeau with the assists. Adam Klapka suddenly getting a bunch of points late in the season. We get a power play for Calgary. That's killed off. The Flames press after it's done, and at 14:15, Klapka gets a goal to go with his assist. Kadri and Huberdeau with the assists. It's a 2-1 lead for the Flames. Sharks press with a minute and a half left after the teams had traded some rush chances. It's 2-1 Calgary after 1. Second period, Coronado has a rush chance that's blocked. There's a post for Weegar as the Flames get some pressure. Lomberg has a wrister that's held. And then at 4 minutes and 20 seconds, Ruda. He sneaks in and buries one from the doorstep. Eklund and Toffoli with the assists. San Jose's tied the game at 2. Sharks then press for the lead. The shots are 6-2 for Calgary at 6.5 minutes. We get a power play for the Flames. That's killed off. Celebrini fires one wide on a rush. Toffoli's denied in close as the Sharks get some pressure. Weegar has a rush chance that's saved. It's 2-2 after 2. Third period, a minute and 30 seconds in. Sharon Govich wires one from the slot. That is his 100th career National Hockey League goal. The assist to Frost and Pahal. Flames press for another. Ruda then has the slapper. That's held. Sharks press at 4 minutes. We get a power play for the Sharks. That's killed off. The shots are 4-3 for the Sharks at 7 minutes. Coronado has a net feed that gets blocked. And then at 10:54, Coronado, with a wrister on a pass from behind the net, gives Calgary a bit of insurance. The assist to Backlund and Coleman. Good forechecking then by Calgary. A lot on the line for them here. They had to win to keep themselves alive. Near miss for Huberdeau in close. The goalie gets pulled, and at 17:16, Sharon Govich hits the empty net with his second goal of the game and the 101st in his career. The assist to Rasmus Andersson. makes it 5-2 with 1:13 left. The Sharks get a power play. It is unsuccessful. Calgary wins 5-2, and they keep their slim playoff hopes alive. They go to 39-27-14 with the win. With the loss, San Jose 20-49-11 on the season. Shots on net, 15-6 San Jose in the first. So slow start for Calgary, but they outshoot San Jose 16-5 in the second, and then San Jose outshoots Calgary 10-8 in the third. Final shots, both teams had 30. Power plays, both teams went 0 for 2. The hits, 34-21 for the Flames. Romanov saves 35 out of 39, continues to show some strong goaltending for a team that needs it in San Jose. And Wolf, 28 saves on 30 shots at the other end. All right, the last game of the night, Anaheim at home against Colorado. And it was basically the Eagles. If I had, like, AHL magnets, and I don't. I looked at one point for, like, AHL stickers, to see if I could get a set of AHL stickers to make AHL magnets. So I could do a little bit of reviewing here with AHL stuff. Just doesn't exist. So the Avs in Anaheim, but it really is the Colorado Eagles. 8 regulars were out of the lineup for Colorado tonight. All of them expected to be in Game 1 about a week from tonight when Colorado's playoffs get started. Wedgwood versus Dostal in this one. Kiviranta has a net drive that's defended. The Avs press at 2 minutes. The teams trade rushes. Kelly has a net drive chance that's held. Shots are 5-3 for the Avs at 6 minutes. Good flow, very few whistles. Teams seem to want to get this game done. The Avs press with 5.5 minutes left. Vetrano with a near miss as the Ducks get some pressure. We get a power play for Colorado. That's killed off. Avs press with 1.5 minutes left, but at 18:52 on a rush, McTavish buries one from the left circle. Terry with the assist. It's 1-0 Anaheim after the first. Second period, Gauthier fires one wide on a rush. Lacombe then has a rush chance that's held. Ducks press at 3.5 minutes. Lots of rushes both ways. Kind of sloppy defense, but Anaheim's the only one hitting the net. Shots are 4-0 in favor of the Ducks 5.5 minutes in. We get a power play for Anaheim. There's a shorthanded rush by Kelly. That's saved. Power play's killed off. And then at 7:35, Colangelo buries a one-timer after the power plays come to an end. Killorn and Vetrano with the assist. So 2-0 for Anaheim. Makes sense. All the Colorado regulars are out. Most of them anyways. Ducks press at 9 minutes. There's more pressure by the Ducks with 9 minutes left. And I put right here, Eagles are pinned down, meaning Colorado Eagles. It's all Ducks at this point. Shots are 7-4 for Anaheim with 6 minutes left. I was surprised the Ducks didn't have more shots, to be honest. Coyle's denied in the closing seconds. It's 2-0 for Anaheim after 2. Third period, early power play for the Ducks. That's killed off. Middleton then has a one-timer that's saved. There's a delay game call. Gives the Avs a power play. That's killed off. The Avs press after it's done. McTavish has a rush chance that's saved, and then the game starts to turn. At 10:05, Amit scores his first National Hockey League goal in his second National Hockey League game. Drury and Natchez with the assist. Then there's a delay game call. Gives the Avs the power play. The second delay game call in the period for Anaheim. Can't do that. And Drury tips one in to tie the game from Malinsky and Coyle at 14:34. The Avs then look for the lead as the Ducks are in full meltdown. And Coyle scores on a tic-tac-toe play on a rush. VC and O'Connor with the assists at 17:51. So now the Ducks have to pull the goalie with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. And Eric Johnson hits the empty net from Coyle at 19:12. And the ESPN announcer said Jack Johnson. And I'm like, Jack Johnson isn't even an Av anymore. So the Avs win this one 4-2. They finish the season at 49-29-4. They do not play again until game 1 of the playoffs. The Ducks, meltdown. There you go, to thank the fans, I guess. 35-37-8 is the record for the Ducks at this point in the season. Shots on net, 8-6 Colorado in the first, 9-6 Anaheim in the second, 10-5 Colorado in the third. Final shots 24-20 for the Avalanche. Power plays, Colorado 1 for 3, Anaheim 0 for 2. The hits, both teams had 12. Not a physical game. Wedgwood saved 18 out of 20. Dostal, 20 saves on 23 shots. So there you go. You're all caught up on tonight's action. What happened in the National Hockey League, all that other fun stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. This is the last all-day Sunday that I'm going to be watching hockey and reporting on all this for all you fine people in the regular season. So be fun once the playoffs get here next Saturday. But let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again tomorrow.